Hey darlings, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are. So thank you for joining me today, and in today's tutorial we'll be making this beautiful trending balloon top. Okay, so we'll be using an organdy fabric for this top. Okay, so also be using our basic bodice pattern and normal sleeve block. Okay, for this tutorial we are just going to be doing some few modifications with this. So before we get into the tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave your comments down below, and also please subscribe to the channel. Okay, so let's get right into the video. So I have my fabric folded into four, and I have pinned them down like so. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting both the front and the back together on the same fabric. Okay, so I'm going to be using my front bodice, all right, because I'm going to be modifying, or I'm going to create the back pattern with my chalk. All right, so after that, just place your pattern onto your fabric and then pin. All right, so I've changed to a better angle so you can see everything I'm about to do here. Right, so I'll be reducing my armhole by half an inch, and I'll be adding a few inches to the sides, half an inch to the bottom part, and also I'll be adding I'll be doing the same thing to my sleeve. Okay, so let's get started with the back neck line. Okay, so I'm going to be creating my neckline. I'm going to trace out my front neckline. Okay, so right after that, just go ahead and trace out your back neckline as well. And I'm going to trace my shoulder, and I'm going to go ahead and then confirm the shoulder measurement. Okay, so I'm just adding 0.1 inch to that. Okay, and then from there I'm going to draw my armhole line. Okay, and I'm going to be measuring 8 inches instead of 8.5 inches that I have for my basic bodice. Okay, and I am going to quickly draw in my armhole for the front, and also I'm going to do the same thing for the back panel. All right, so I'm just going to draw, this is my front armhole. Okay, and then I'm going to draw my back armhole too, so just like that. All right, so I'm just extending my lines and then my allowance I have at the side. So I'm going to be adding 2 inches to the sides. Okay, so later on I transferred the same measurement to my waistline. Although I ignored it, it will definitely play out. You see that I went ahead to add or transfer the same measurement to my waist side because I didn't like the shape of the dress. I wanted it to be a bit toned in at the waist side, and so I'm going in to perfect my armhole like you're seeing. Yes, for the front and the back. Now for the bottom part, I'm going to be adding just half an inch. Okay, because I want this dress to have a little bit of length. This not too much, but just a little bit. So I'm just going to connect these points like so. Right, so after that, just cut out. So I'm cutting the back first. Okay, and then after that, just so this is where I was talking about. I just took out the same measurement on my waistline, and then I shaped this and then trimmed or cut it off. Okay, yes, because I didn't really like the shape around that area. I just wanted it to be toned in like the normal basic bodice is toned in. Okay, yes, it's a free dress. Okay, so you can decide to leave yours that way, but I just want a little bit beauty. I don't want it to be just straight like that. So I'm going to ahead to remove my basic bodies for this, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut out, separate the back first before you trim off the front armhole and neckline. Okay, so I've separated that, and that was for the back, and I'm going ahead to pin down before I trim off my armhole and neckline. Okay, so because this fabric moves around a lot, that is why I have pinned it. Okay, so you'd also want to pin yours, and I'm going in to bring out my front neckline. Okay, so I made the neckline more rounded, all right, because there will be no zip allowance, and the back neckline is quite higher, lower than the usual neckline. Okay, because there will be no zip attached, and the person needs to be able to pass her hair through without any hindrances. So for the sleeves, I'm marking 5 inches up like that, and I'm going to pin this down. And also from the sides, okay, right from the center to the sides, mark 13 and a half, depending on how, you know, puffy you want your sleeve. Okay, so mark 13 and a half and transfer that measurement all the way through to the sides, and then connect this into a straight line. Though it's not necessary to connect this into a straight line, you can just grab your pattern and then place it on it. All right, you can just grab your pattern and place it on that line. Okay, and you can just as well draw the lines before you place your sleeve. Okay, so just pin this in place. Okay, now from there, I'm just going to connect this to blend it to meet my sleeve head. Okay, just blend this to meet the sleeve head like that, and extend it. Okay, so once you are done, okay, just add some few inches to the sides, because you don't want your sleeve shape. Okay, it's a balloon sleeve and you don't want it, so just kind of square it up, okay, as much as you can. Yes, so that is what I've just done. I do not need my sleeve shape here. I need only the cap, the head shape. Okay, so that is what I have traced out and added some allowance to it. So the next thing that we are going to do is, yes, so the allowance at the bottom side is going to be for the elastic. Okay, and this side we are going to be pleating it into our sleeve head. Okay, yes, so that we get that bulgy and puffy effect that you see. Okay, so just remove your patterns, remove your pattern and your pin. Okay, and also I folded this into two, so mind you, you have two sleeves. All right, yes. So this is basically all for the sleeves. You see, we're going to be folding, we're going to be ruffling this into our sleeve cap, and then we'll do the same thing for the bottom part. All right, so now back to the main borders. We are going to be sewing this main borders together, but joining the shoulder. Okay, but I'm going to pin, right, because of the nature of my fabric. I'm going to pin this down and also pin the sides, the other side of the shoulder down, and I'm going to pin the side as well before we move to our machine and then stitch this down. Okay, So like I said, you just pin this. If you want to, you can leave it like that. You can take it to your sewing machine if you can handle it. Okay, there is no problem. But I know the beauty of pinning, so I pin mostly, okay, before I take it to my machine. I'm going to use this strap to turn over the neckline. All right, so I cut it in a bias form. Then I'm going to sew the side by just 1 inch, and for the bottom part I'm going to hem it like that. So that is why I added an extra half an inch to that. Okay, so now that we are done, we are going to move to our sleeves. Okay, so first things first, we are going to be hemming the bottom part of our sleeve. Okay, I'm going to overlock this and before hemming. Okay, so this is our sleeves right now. Okay, yes, so the next thing is for our elastic, to attach our elastic to this. Okay, so I'm using the small elastic and I'm using a black color, and I'm going to measure like 10 inches, and I'm going to cut this in fold. Okay, because I need two of that. Okay, so I'm going to split it into two, and that's what we'll be using for um our sleeves. Okay, so now pay attention. So I'm going to mark like 3 inches. You can do more, you can do less. Okay, so you can do like 4 inches, 5 inches, anyhow you want it. Okay, but I am doing less. Okay, and after marking this all the way through, okay, you can basically take it to your iron and then form a crease line. Okay, so I'm just going to be sewing this, and whilst I'm sewing I'll be pulling and then I'll be gathering that under. Okay, so yes, and I'll do the same thing to this, and then now this is how it looks. Okay, I am done with the stitching of our band onto our sleeves like so. So you just need to close the sides. Okay, just close the sides and then take down your sewing allowance, okay, all the way through to the sleeve head. Okay, so now that we are done, okay, I run a straight stitch along the head of the sleeves. Okay, and now we are going to be pulling this. Okay, so we are going to pull this. So I started somewhere around the armhole, not too much into the sleeve. Okay, into the sleeve cap. So I started somewhere like some few inches away from the front armhole depth and also the back, and then now I am going to ruffle this. I'm going to pull this out. Okay, yes, so guys, just keep pulling this, okay, until you have balanced it, and also make sure that it is equal to your armhole. Okay, equal to your armhole, so that you be able to attach this without any like stress. Okay, so as you pull in, make sure you are also measuring as well, so that by the time you're done, you'll be able to fix this to your armhole without any stress. Okay, yes, so I'm just creating that balance and I'm going to measure. So after measuring everything, I adjusted and then everything is now okay. So I'm just going to attach this to my armhole. Okay, so it's right sides facing each other. I'm just going to attach this. So after that, just go ahead and sew this. All right. So yes, we are done attaching our sleeves as well. All right, so guys, look at how beautiful this is. I love the fabric. It looks so beautiful. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. I am going to be seeing you guys in next week. Stay blessed and have a blast.